Welcome back to Witness Richness. It's your boy JCP. Listen, I'm super excited about this week's video. But before we get started, I want to first and foremost say thank you to everybody who's supporting my channel, everybody who supported me on Instagram, the DMs, the comments, the support. Everything is really inspiring. And it really keeps the fire lit under myself. I'm going to keep these videos coming. Listen, it's a Saturday morning right now. I'm in the office and I'm just actually, very cliche. Someone sent me cash, which is a no-go, but mailbox money, right? Mailbox money. So keep in mind, just 2 years ago, I had a corporate 9-to-5 job, working 60 to 80 hours a week. I was not controlling my time. I was not controlling my life. I made a huge change to now. It's Saturday morning. I'm here because I choose to be. I'm here because I want to be. I have my freedom of time. And listen, what I want for myself, I also want for you. So let's get into it. Today's video, we're going to talk about generational wealth versus the curse. And the way I see it, you have two options. Repeat the cycle or reprogram the mindset. Generational wealth. A person or a family acquires wealth and passes it down to their children or to their family. And that family or those children pass down to their family. Hence the name generational wealth. You pass down the wealth and the know-how and the knowledge, the mindset, the money, and how to manage. Now, on the opposite end of generational wealth, you have generational poverty. Listen, generational poverty is not a curse. It's a poverty cycle that you have the power to break. But it all starts with the mindset. But in my case, that cycle, it picked up like my grandmother living in poverty, my great-grandmother living in poverty, my mother living in poverty. To me, being 16 years old, having my first child in high school, I started that cycle. But as you can see, with this channel, or whatever I'm doing, I'm fully on breaking that cycle. And yes, I had to change my mindset. That's what I want to talk about today. It's the mindset. It's understanding that I want to build a legacy. I want to build a legacy where my great-grandchildren can reap what I'm sowing today versus repeating the cycle. So you have to move with intent. It wasn't until I reached my six-figure corporate job where I was getting paid $100,000 a year where I finally realized something wasn't right. I wasn't controlling my time. I made a lot of money, but I was broke. So it was like I was making $100,000 a year, not controlling my time, but I had no money. I then had to realize that I had bad money habits. I was not taught and preached and given generational wealth. I was in the cycle of poverty. And me, at 16 years old, having my first child, I was dead on the path to repeating the cycle. And it wasn't until the six-figure job, not having any money, that I realized whether I was making $40,000 a year, $60,000 a year, $100,000 a year, if I kept this mindset, no matter how much money I made, I would be broke. So I had to change everything. I had to change how I looked at money. I had to change how I thought about money. I had to not buy what my peers are buying. I had to do things completely different to break that cycle and to break that mindset. So ultimately, you have two options. You repeat the cycle or you reprogram the mindset. 3 ways that I reprogram my mindset. The top 3 ways. 1, audiobooks and books. I read and listen to audiobooks every single day. Number 2 is affirmations. I listen to and repeat affirmations every single day. And my 3rd is listening to interviews of people that I find highly successful or highly influential. And I pretty much love to listen to their mindsets and how they look at things. And I think to myself, if I thought that way, it would push me further as well. So again, you repeat the cycle or you reprogram the mindset. And if you want to reprogram the mindset, I just gave you 3 ways that you can start. And listen, this takes time because you've already been programmed. Whether you know it, whether you like it, whether you want to accept it, you've already been programmed. So now I'm inviting you to intentionally program yourself with new information that will be conducive to your future. But it all starts with habits. You have to make these daily habits of taking time aside to put this new information and program in your mind. You have to find these habits. You have to have a set routine. I'm listening to my audiobooks from this point to this point, my affirmations from this point to this point, and my interviews from this point to this point. And I'm going to do this several times throughout the day, morning, midday, and night, because I want to constantly make sure I'm feeding my subconscious mind. At the end of the day, your subconscious mind is really what creates your reality. And reprogramming that mindset, you got to think. You have to think. You have to sit down. You have to think about your 10-year plan. Think about your 5-year plan. Think. Hold it true. Make a vision board. Listen, I know it sounds like, what are you talking about, vision board? It's so corny. Make a vision board. Put it somewhere that you'll see it every single day. You need to program your mind every single day. When it comes down to mindset, anybody watching this video, if you haven't read the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, please go read the book, because I want you to be on the same page as me as how I'm thinking about money, how I'm thinking about finances, how I'm thinking about business, how I'm thinking about time. So read that book, take that book in, read it a couple times. Take a look at your family line. Just take a look, think about it. Think about your grandmother, think about your mother, think about your grandmother, think about your great parents. Where do they lie on that wealth cycle? Are they hard workers, busting their chops, putting their money into 401ks, or are they entrepreneurs, living the lifestyle that you want to live? Whatever that cycle is, you have the power to repeat that cycle or reprogram the mindset so you can start a new cycle of generational wealth. You do not have to stay programmed into how you were programmed. And when I say the word program, we are all programmed by our surroundings, by our communities, by our parents, by what we see around us. Though you have that program as a basis, you still have the right to program your own mind to your own success and create your own visions and fulfill your own life. You do not have to repeat the cycle. Now, this can be challenging to change that mindset up, and it takes time, but you'll find your journey. But if you first realize that you're in a cycle, you now have the power to create a new cycle. Understand where you fall in your family tree, understand where you fall in your line, because if you want to grow, you must first understand yourself, your mindset. You have to know yourself. You have to know your surroundings. You have to know your upcoming. You have to know where you came from. You have to know where your values lie as an individual. Understand it. Know your basis, know yourself, make sure you install great principles as a man or as an individual or as a woman of who you are, what you stand for, and then you can build. Then you can build. And let me leave you with this. Those who quit stopped believing. Those who did not start never believed. If you don't believe in yourself, and your own capabilities and your own potential, then you need to reprogram your mind. Listen, and I say that with straight love. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in next week's video. Listen, next week's video, we're gonna go back into how to make some money. But right now, I wanna make sure that our mentalities are correct, because that's gonna help us build and help us grow. Because listen, the whole point of this channel, the whole point of these videos is I invite you. Let's grow together.